the next point which I really want to discuss is how the binaries are created. Whenever some agitation starts or whenever some protest is happening, how the binaries are created, what is violence and what is non-violence. On the 26th of November, when we started from Punjab to come to Delhi, and we've been sitting on the borders of Delhi since past couple months now. On the 26th of November, the intensity and the gravity of this agitation was much more than what it was on the 26th of January. But that was not violent. Nobody felt the violence then because there was no violence. But when, as per your convenience, you had to create a binary and create some issues out of it, media wanted their stories, political parties wanted their issues, then it became a violent protest, or it was a violence. I want to understand what violence was there within the Red Fort. What violence was there when we were going towards our tractor march? Who finalized the roadmap? I started where I was at night at 11 o'clock in the morning, because at 7 a.m. I went and slept on the 25th night, and that was not virtually, but 26th morning. I slept for a couple of hours when I started. On the way, I got this information that everyone has reached Red Fort. Now, I want to understand if everyone was there, and which they were, and I can prove it. All the farmer union leaders were there. So-called social activists were there. Everyone was there. I did not see any violence on the way. Yes, there was a little bit of violence or some incidents elsewhere, but towards Red Fort, there was nothing. There must be some water cannons. There must be a little bit of, breaking the barricades. But that's not called violence. We've done much more on the 26th of November. Why it was never called a violence then? Because it never suited you then. So what is this happening? These double standards, this kind of hypocrisy, where do we get it from? This is how we are going to deal with issues. This is how we are going to deal with social, political, environmental, even for that matter, our physical issues. And what I also want to understand, that in the world of thinkers and the intellectuals, they have been time and again over the period of years writing books that how do you have to analyze and what is the process of analyzing such important social events. But how do we analyze? We always associate it with people because we need somebody to blame, and that's how I was blamed for it. And again, I'm saying, am I a terrorist that I'm booked for? Am I somebody who was provocating somebody? Am I someone who went and damaged or threatened anybody? No, I was handling the situation. The only one face over there. And that's why my people requested me that please come and handle the situation because it can go out of hand. So I went and handled the situation. I can also show, and it is there on my Facebook page, the speech and the words I've spoken from Red Fort. Time and again, I was repeating, be peaceful. We got to sit here. Let's wait for our farmer union leaders. But nobody, they all were outside, but nobody had come in because nobody wanted to take the responsibility. But I can share the speeches which were probably given. I can also share a lot of these meetings which they held with the government of India. I don't know what is going on. I was not part of those meetings. So please question either the establishment or the farmer union leaders. I was the only known face and I handled the situation with a lot of courage, and then I was blamed. This is ridiculous. And thereafter, because earlier I used to talk in Punjabi, but thereafter when I went out of that place, I went and sat on a tractor and started addressing in Hindi because I wanted a national media and people all over the country to hear and know what the truth is. Nobody heard it because it was not a space, because such a propaganda started against me. I do not know. Are we that insensitive? Where is humanity? Who is provocating? And why are you guys putting blames in terms of that, look, this guy is a radical or he is a terrorist? I'm a Sikh, and we've been raised with this principle where it was taught, Manas ki jaat sabbe eko pehchanbo. Recognize the entire human race as one. This is universal. This is not radical. We were taught Guru Nanak Dev Ji's principle, saying Sarbat da Pala.